the smartest film critic in the world, Cole Smithy.
Hi, this is Cole Smithy and your guide to what to see and what to avoid at the movies this week. Science fiction has been a dying film genre because there are too few screenwriters or directors with the imaginations to create compelling futuristic stories.
How long until we get to his estate?
We've been flying over his estate for the past 2 hours.
Alex Garland has been an exception to the rule. The screenwriter responsible for 28 Days Later, the best zombie movie of recent significance, and Sunshine, the finest sci-fi film to come out of the 21st century, crosses over to directing duties for Ex Machina, a film he also wrote. Smart, sexy, and backloaded with a terrific twist ending, Ex Machina is an elegant sci-fi movie that considers the possibilities of artificial intelligence in thought-provoking ways. The stark narrative is essentially a three-hander for actors Domhnall Gleeson, Oscar Isaac, and Alicia Vikander to play out their diametrically opposed characters in a secluded, no-exit game of winner-take-all. Lottery frontrunner Caleb, played by Gleeson, is a computer programmer nerd brought in by helicopter to spend a week at a remote bunker-styled research facility with his reclusive employer, Nathan Garrick, played by Isaac, the CEO of the world's largest internet provider. All concrete walls and bulletproof floor-to-ceiling glass, Nathan's modern pad looks like a Frank Lloyd Wright design on steroids.
Ask you.
Why me?
Caleb, you have to help me.
What was the real test?
The picture's production designs are stunning in their simplicity. This is a movie to be savored. Nathan has been busy working on a svelte, semi-transparent robot he calls Ava, played by Vikander. Caleb's assignment is to evaluate Ava's artificial intelligence using the classic Turing test method for discerning her ability to act as a convincing human being. Ava's wiring and mechanics are visible, especially in her midriff. Only Ava's face and hands have a human quality. Still, the suggestible Nathan can hardly resist her charms that come through her seductively modulated voice. Alicia Vikander has the savvy to adjust her character's nth degrees of emotional and intellectual expressiveness. Ava may never go beyond lukewarm, but oh, the joys of that barely alive state when it comes in such a fascinating context as a full-featured female robot. Nathan is quick to inform Caleb that he can indeed make penetrable love to Ava if he so chooses. You can sense Ava becoming exponentially more human with every encounter she has with Caleb. How human she can become is the film's burning question.
Strange to have made something that hates you.
Regardless of how much Caleb knows that he is light years out of his league, he can't help but fall deeper into a trap that comes to resemble mankind's not-too-distant future. I give this almost perfect science fiction movie an A-. My sleeper pick is Wim Wenders' The Salt of the Earth, and my guilty pleasure pick is Furious 7. My must-have DVDs are Ingmar Bergman's Cries and Whispers from the Criterion Collection, He Loves Me Not from First Run Features, and Wild from 20th Century Fox. Yasuhiro Ozu's much-beloved masterpiece of post-war Japanese cinema speaks to audiences of all backgrounds thanks to the cross-generational familial truths that the prolific director and co-screenwriter lovingly metes out. That Ozu does so with a refined generosity of spirit enables the viewer to savor his character's imperfect traits within a universal tapestry of vulnerable human existence. As much a piercing study of Japanese culture circa 1953 as a precisely composed work of filmic storytelling, Tokyo Story is told with economy. Ozu's trademark knee-high camera records his characters from a subordinate angle that allows us to patiently observe subtle aspects of Japanese everyday life from an intimate vantage point. His approach is relevant to the way Japanese relate to their physical space and to each other. The filmmaker eschews camera movement in favor of a fixed point of view that anchors the film's visual context. Behavior and action mask emotion more often than not. A spiritual form of cinematic naturalness prevails. Plot aspects are frequently revealed through dialogue ellipses of transparent exposition. Interaction between characters is primary. When Ozu wants to emphasize what a character is saying, the actor speaks directly to us, to the camera. Shukichi and Tomi Hirayama are an elderly husband and wife living in Japan's southwest region of Onomichi with their youngest daughter, Kyoko. They relate easily as two people who cherish one another for the support they provide. The harmonious pair travel by train on a 10-day vacation to visit their other 4 estranged children in the metropolis of Tokyo, a place they have never visited. The eventful journey reveals truths about Japan's recently westernized culture and the modern demands it makes on their middle-class children. They are surprised to discover that their oldest son, Koichi, works as a neighborhood doctor out of the home he shares with his wife and their 2 young sons, rather than in a proper hospital. A visit to their eldest daughter, Shige, and her husband exposes a similar work-home existence exacerbated by their daughter's transformation into a selfish harpy. Shukichi and Tomi also visit Noriko, their daughter-in-law, via a middle son they lost in World War II 8 years before. The still single Noriko works as a secretary for an American tire company. The couple relate more freely to Noriko than they do their own children. Their empathy with Noriko allows them to speak freely about their hopes for her to forget about their son and remarry as soon as possible. The way the family deals with death and its certainty is at the heart of Ozu's thematic exploration. It is loneliness rather than closeness that extends the length of the day. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to turn your cell phones off when you're walking, driving, or watching a movie.